What's up, and guys, if you guys want to say how's it going, YouTube, say hi, YouTube. This is gonna be on YouTube, guys. All right, so guys, what's happening, YouTube? Kallibur here. We are going to be doing a new series called Ask Kallibur. I get a lot of questions in my Discord. We have a great Discord community. Right below, you can click on that Discord link. We have a great community. We have a channel called Epic 7 Help, man, E7 Help. You can hop in there, ask questions. People are generally answering these questions, and we try to answer as many questions as possible. And what I'm going to be doing with this series is I'm going to be taking these questions and I'm going to be putting them on live on YouTube for you, baby, on YouTube. Let's do this. All right, so to start this off, where should I look to progress after Wyvern 11 is running smoothly? All right, so all right, check this out, guys. Check this out. Wyvern 11, once you have it running smoothly. So let's say you got a 4-man team going on. You got a couple options from there. You can either see if you can get your DPS strong enough, or your tank strong enough to take the hits, like your Angelica strong enough to take the hits and heal it, and bring 2 DPS with you, or you can try to make a DPS strong enough to match with them to take down the shield and build yourself a 3-man team for level 1 fodder. It's very energy effective. It's not speed running, but it's very energy effective. That's one possible route to go. As far as it goes to Golem, Banshee, and A11, I mean, like, Wyvern is just so good, man. It's really hard to pass up on just farming that. But if you do decide to go another direction, make sure you got the units for it. Make sure you got the units for Golem, Banshee 11, and A11. But I'd primarily focus on Wyvern 11 and making your Wyvern 11 team more effective. That's what I would personally do. I think you're going to get the best progression out of that in the game. And if you're done with Wyvern 11, maybe see if you can start clearing out some raids and doing some PvP, because you're going to be bringing that PvP gear. There's an idea right there, right? All right. Next question, guys. Who should I use? Who should I use with Angelica, Luna, Kisei to farm Wyvern 11? My choices are, whoa, hold up. Technical difficulties. My choices are Tywin, ML Clo, ML Armentia, or I don't know. I think I just need better gear on Wyvern 11. I think that's Wyvern 11. I have to farm more gear. All right, so with Angelica, Luna, and Kisei, you could bring an ML Clo. You could bring an ML Armentia. The problem with Wyvern 11 is Wyvern 11 has a 15% CR push. 15% CR push every time you use a unit that is not water. And it's not the end of the world. People do build teams that have like a fire unit in there. They do build teams that have like an ML unit in there and stuff like that. That work perfectly fine. ML Clo could work for that team. Could work. But I probably recommend using Tywin. Tywin's pretty versatile when it comes to, you can either throw him in the front line tanking it, or you can throw him in the back line with RIS to make sure your Angelica's taking less hits if your Angelica's super tanky. So for the most part, I'd probably go Tywin. ML Clo's not out of the picture though. She could be usable on that. I recommend for people just, unless you got super powerful gear, to stay away from taking MLs and other units in there. Usually it's very gear dependent when you do that. So that's my recommendation for that. Alright, so for him, would I be better off replacing his crit gear with destruction and maybe a necklace, since it has 47% crit rate? Whoa! Kiro! With the sub! Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, Kiro! Thank you so much for the subscription. Resub, man.
1 year is real. Being in the basement for a full year do not feels good though.
Kiro, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that sub, resub for 1 whole year. That is insane. You have been part of this community for 1 whole year. Insanity. We don't talk about the basement, guys. We don't talk about the basement. The basement does not exist, okay? The basement does not exist. All right, so for him, would I be better off replacing his crit rate gear with destruction and maybe a neck, since it's 40% crit rate? I feel bad with sub 200 crit damage. All right, so let's take a look at this unit, guys. Let's take a look at this unit. Let me change this over to viewing mode here. There we go. That's actually better. That looks cleaner. All right, so this is the K-Ron here, all right, that he was talking about. So he's rocking a necklace there that has a whole bunch of crit on there. Great attack piece. Great attack piece. Yeah, that's insane. 1 year. What's up, Hylian Pride? Anybody else? XJess, how's it going, guys? How's it going? If I missed anybody, I apologize. We're recording for YouTube. So this K-Ron here, looking pretty solid, man. Looking pretty solid. You're definitely gonna get more attack out of this ring. Your crit damage is low. What I would focus on, man, like throwing a destruction set doesn't mean, like, people get destruction sets, like hit the destruction numbers, 250 destruction and stuff, critical hit damage. They hit 250 hit, 250 critical hit damage. Wow, words are difficult, guys. People hit that easily with different sets, so I don't recommend going destruction. That's just another set that I have to try to farm up. Unless you got Banshee 11 on perma farm, I wouldn't focus on that. I'd focus on the sets you can farm. Maybe you can farm a little bit, maybe get some more crit damage out of your boots and chest piece. Maybe the critical hit damage will come from there. You never know, man. You know, some people run 3-piece crit sets that have like freaking 280 crit damage and stuff like that. So it's really just depends on the pieces of gear. I'd start swapping out one piece of the gear, try to get that crit damage up as you level it up. Just see how that works. Or you could go a full destruction set. But if you don't have Banshee 11 on farm, I'd focus on what you're strong on. I'd focus on what you're strong on. All right. Feels good. All right, guys. Next question. So yeah, it just really depends on gear and stuff. Depends if you have Banshee 11 on farm. Most cases, though, you don't have to build a destruction set to get critical hit damage. That's my opinion. I finished Abyss 79 and 80 today. ML summons were two Marissas, one Atali, and one Kitty Clarissa. Is Kitty even worth the investment? So I'm gonna say from personal experience, Kitty Clarissa is 100% worth it. She's a great unit. She has a dual attack mechanic. I love Kitty Clarissa. I'm currently working on my dual attack team, which involves Kitty Clarissa, Tamarine, Ras, and Luna, or whatever DPS I decide to throw in there. That's going to be my dual attack team I'm going to be building up. I kind of want to have that team built up and ready to go for Abyss Floor 90, Ras versus Ras, and see how that goes. And yeah, she's also a great unit for Guild Wars and PvP. Just for the fact that she's able to remove all debuffs from the team, and she's able to strip debuffs from the other team and make them unbuffable. And you can build her kind of tanky and with lots of speed. She's easy to get up with speed. So Kitty Clarissa, amazing units. Marissa, you know, Marissa is one of those units you could use. She does have evasion in her kit, which makes her kind of nice, but she's generally a unit that people don't build, and I kind of built one up to play around with, and then I ended up getting sidetracked. I don't have a whole lot to say on Marissa. Atali is one of those units that you can build a completely troll PvP team. So she reduces the damage incoming, if I'm not mistaken. Is it the damage incoming? The AoE damage. She reduces AoE damage by like 15%, if I'm not mistaken. So she reduces this AoE damage by 15% here. Let's see if I can pull her up real quick. I was not prepared for this. All heroes, Atali. I do not have her, so I do not know off the top of my head, but I have seen teams that have used her. Yeah, all allies receive 15% less damage from attacks that targets all allies. When this effect is granted more than once, only the strongest effect is applied. So, you know, you throw Arius on a tank and you throw Atali in the team, and that damage, that AoE cleave team damage that's coming in, she's going to mitigate that so hard. And Natali's also used in some people's teams for Golem 11. So, you know, GG, I think you got two great ML units there, Natali and Kitty Clarissa. Yeah, most definitely, most definitely. All right, next question, guys. Next question. I can only farm W9, Wyvern 9 and 10 using debuffer. Can try using 1 since. I didn't read this question very well. I probably copy pasted it wrong. I can only farm Wyvern 11 using a debuffer. I can try using 1 since I have a healer, tank, and defense breaker. So okay, here's the thing about Wyvern 11. If you got good debuffers, you can mitigate that damage super good. So if you're running a tank, a healer, and a defense breaker, you probably want to run another DPS in there to try to burn it down quicker, but you could probably get away with running somebody like Surin, somebody that's going to apply some real good debuffs in there. So your defense breaker is going to count as 1. Maybe you got like an Assassin Cartuja, maybe you got an Axe God that can apply some bleeds or something like that. Think about things like that that can apply that. I mean, heck, we even got the Torn Sleeve now. If you got the Torn Sleeve, slap that on a warrior, man. That's an instant freaking debuff right there for doing Wyvern 9 and 10. That's gonna be a huge help to you, man, doing that. So I would definitely think about maybe Torn Sleeve, maybe an artifact that gives you something like that. So yeah, if you have 2 debuffs on Wyvern 9 and 10, I think it's 2 debuffs. Instead of fireballing you twice, he only fireballs you once. So you pretty much have the you pretty much either have the bruiser or the debuff route. If you can take 2 hits to the face, and bring bruiser units in there that are around 8.5k to 10k-ish area, boom, you're good to go. You can take the hits to the face. You should be able to do it without having a debuffer. If that's not the case, then you need to apply the debuffs for you only taking 1 fireball to the face with having 2 debuffs up. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna say there. At the moment, I'm trying to get Wyvern 9 on auto and work a bit on Wyvern 10. Is there something minimum stats I should be looking at on units like hit points and such as DPS? I should have read that question first. But yeah, pretty much what I just got through saying on that. If you're doing the bruiser route, you know, 8.5, 10k defense or defense hit points, and if you can't do that, go the debuffer route. Yeah, pretty much. So one thing to look at too, very important. Okay, so if you're running Wyvern 11, guys, if you're using running Wyvern 11, and let's say you die during the shield phase. You die during the shield phase, and he freaking comes in, sweeps in, AoEs you, and your guys die. Okay, that's a lack of DPS right there. That's not a lack of heals. That's not a lack of tanking at that point in time. That's a lack of DPS. Maybe a lack of a defense break. So some things you can look into is taking your Terranor Guard, your defense breaker. Make sure there are 10 speed ahead of your of your main DPS. Make sure they're like 10 speed ahead of them, because there's like a 10 speed fluctuation that, you know, your defense breaker could actually go behind your main DPS if they're like even 2 speed ahead of them. It's kind of weird, but there's like a fluctuation in how the speed works. So 10 speed a little ahead. Your defense breaker will always be first, so your defense breaker is defense breaking, and then your DPS is coming in and hitting them hard. So make sure you have your team set up like that with defense breaks. That will help you out a ton on that. That's one thing to look into that I noticed a lot of people miss out on. Minimum stats, like I said, the hit points. And DPS wise, that's the best thing. You should be going for DPS wise. And if you're not running attack percentage ring on your DPS, you're doing it wrong. You need an attack percentage ring. If you need the critical hit, put critical hit on there. If you don't need the critical hit, put a critical hit damage necklace main stat on there. And boot wise, if you need the speed, throw speed boots on there. If you don't need the speed, put the attack boots on. You're probably going to need the speed boots though for Wyvern. All right. I just got Watcher Shuri and Assassin Koli. Are they good? Assassin Koli is a great unit for PvP. She is like I think one of the third fastest units. If not, she's in the top 5. But I believe she's one of the top 3 fastest units. And she has a stun, and she can lock people down. So really good unit on offense. She's not the best on defense because you can play her. You can throw like a CR-man in there, or she targets CR-man, and GG. Your turn's been wasted against a CR-man that has 300% effectiveness on her, effective resistance. So she's not the best on defense, but on offense, great in Guild Wars. She's also great in. When I said bad in PvP defense, I'm saying bad in PvP defense on Guild Wars. Arena, you see her sometimes in the arena. She's really good on arena defense teams because a lot of people run cleave teams and then they make the mistake of going in there and going, oops, I messed up. I'm having a bad day. So, yeah, interesting. Yeah, Assassin, very good unit, very solid unit. She also can AoE silence the team if she takes out a squishy character. Watcher Shuri. Watcher Shuri is one of those units that can delete any dark unit you put him against. He's good at deleting units, period. The trick to Watcher Shuri, though, guys, is Watcher Shuri really needs to have a double CR pusher in PvP. He's a very good PvP unit, especially for Guild Wars. If you see yourself standing against a dark unit there, maybe bring a Watcher Shuri with you with a double CR pusher, push into him and watch him just freaking destroy. He also comes with the speed imprint, so he's going to make your CR pushers just that much quicker, which is kind of nice. Watcher Shuri is a pretty good unit, for sure. And Assassin is. I have a Watcher Shuri. I've yet to build one up, but I've heard lots of good things about him. Just build him super attack focus and watch him do the work. CR is combat readiness push. So there's going to be a bar on the left-hand side of your screen. For those that don't know, a bar on the left-hand side of the screen with the CR push. It shows where your units are ranked at. The percentages is the CR combat readiness they're at. Speeds how fast you move down that bar. And when you use somebody with a CR push like Ruzid, who gives you, I think he gives you 15, he gives you 20%, 25% maxed out CR push. You can actually push all your units 25% faster in CR. They'll move from 50% to 75% like that, and also depending on other variables and stuff like that. And other than that, guys, I think that's going to end our series here of Ask Kallibur. Stay tuned for these every Monday, guys. Every Monday with Ask Kallibur questions. I'll be randomly picking out pictures. Did I just say pictures? I did. I'll be randomly picking out questions from my Epic 7 Discord, guys. So join the Discord, guys. Join the Discord right below. And if you're here on Twitch, !Discord to check it out. Ask your questions. They will probably be answered before I do this series, but you know what? These are good questions for people to check out every now and then. All right, so you guys have a good one. We are still doing some Twitch though, guys. Don't leave. Thank you guys for watching the video. Like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitch TV, on Twitter. Hop on our Discord channel. Be a part of the Epic 7 community here. Right below are the links. Thank you. You guys have a good one.